Hi, guys. Good evening. Welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I will be doing my episode review for Fear the Walking Dead on AMC. The new episode 205, which debuted earlier tonight, and ooh, it was a good one. Like I said, this season gets better and better with each episode. Now, before I go start blabbering on and on, of course, let me just warn you that this episode will be full of big warnings, big spoilers. This episode review will be full of spoilers. If you are not caught up on Fear the Walking Dead on this episode or the last one, do not keep watching or listening, as I will be discussing key plot lines. So you have been warned. That being said, very good episode once again. This one was it felt like a high stakes thriller towards the end there with the would be exchange, because we've got basically after that crew hijacked the Abigail, took control. Their plan, I guess, the way this crew operates is that they go out, they track down other ships, other boats, and they talk to them, get them to reveal their location, board them, and then basically take whoever's there hostage and bring them all back to the mainland, or at least some of them, the ones that they feel are useless, they probably just kill them, and that was the way they operated. It was kind of a weird operating system, but you got to have your bad guys in a TV show like this, and they were definitely our bad guys. I was very surprised to see that creep Reed had survived his impaling. I knew he did in the first couple minutes because last week's promo showed him talking to Daniels. He's bandaging him up, and I couldn't believe that he survived a piercing like that. It must have missed like the vital organs and everything right through his stomach, and he lived long enough, to remain a prisoner. And the title of the episode was Captive, and I loved how it applied to both, Travis and Alicia, who are being held prisoner of this new evil crew on the sea. And then we've also got the creepy Reed guy on board the Abigail with our main characters. And sure enough, who should show up but Alex, the young Asian woman with the badly burned guy from the raft that Strand very much douchebaggily not a word, but when Strand cut those people from the Abigail and they were left to float adrift, I knew that we would be seeing them again, just not this soon and not under these circumstances. And unfortunately, it seems Alex has sided with our bad guys, at the least for the time being. It sounds like she told some sob story to Travis while he's being held captive. Oh, my buddy finally died, and he's like, I don't want to drown. So she basically strangled him to death and then threw him overboard, where Travis can relate to her on making difficult decisions. He's like, yeah, I know what you mean. I know how you feel. I had to do that to my ex-wife, the mother of my son. I had to put her out of her misery as well. I did not like it. So I know where you're coming from, and I understand your anger with me. But, I'm no better than the guy who cut you from the boat. So I don't think Alex is necessarily pure evil. In fact, I think she's quite the opposite. I think that she just happened to, fate happened to bring her into some very bad people. And it's funny how we all thought Alicia, while talking to Jack on the radio way back in the first episode, is the reason why they found them in the first place. It was entirely the opposite. It was Alex who actually sold the Abigail to Connor and his crew, and that's how they found them. Thanks to Alex. He's like, "What use are you to me?" And she's like, "I can give you the Abigail." And sure enough, she led them to the Abigail, and that's how they were able to take it. What I also liked about it is that we saw the continuing struggle for Chris, and then the resilience and fearlessness of Nick was also blooming as well. Even though his mother was adamant about Strand not sending him on any more missions, Strand made it clear that Nick volunteered. Well, he asked Nick, and Nick was happy to oblige, and he was able to do it. And he points out his fearlessness is one of their greatest resources, and even though Madison kind of refuses to see that, she makes it clear, don't come between me and my son again. And what I also liked about it is how she was able to basically arrange with Luis, Strand's partner, or not partner, but his partner's friend, who showed up and saved their lives in the last episode with the high-powered scope rifle. She's like, give us half a day to get our people back, and then we'll get back on track to Baja. And then I like how Strand is like, well, don't thank me just yet. I just bought you half a day. Consider us even. Considering how she saved his life at the end of the last episode by pulling him out of the sea when he was half dead and bringing him back aboard the Abigail. And Madison pointed out that she very well did not have to, and if she wanted to, she could have left them there. The problem is she's still too much of a good person with a strong conscience to not do that. But I think as the show and the series goes on, she's going to get tougher and a bit harder and possibly darker, just like everybody else, because Travis is starting to feel the darkness and the cruel reality of the world. Chris is starting to feel it. I thought it was interesting how we weren't entirely sure if Reed was actually going to turn or not, but, it's implied that he could have, or he most likely didn't, and Chris was sick of listening to Reed talking like a creepy psychopath, threatening Alicia, threatening Ophelia and whatnot, trying to get inside his head and whatnot. And Chris finally says, "Screw you, dude," and shoots him. We don't know if he actually did die and was going to turn, or if Chris had just had enough of him. But it did really screw up their hostage exchange situation. After that happened, it was like, damn it, Chris, damn it. Everybody's talking about how annoying you are, and I didn't really see it at first, but now I can see that's kind of annoying. But fortunately, oh God, I love Daniel. Daniel seizing the opportunity when, Reed actually did turn, he did reanimate. They did not kill him, but they kept him alive long enough for the hostage exchange, which was really smart. And I love how Daniel detained him by shoving him against the wall with the crowbar that was already sticking out of his body. So they didn't have to kill him or contain him. They could just stick him to the wall. So it was fun. It was a smart way to handle a walker. And then of course the hostage exchange happens, and surprisingly it goes well. And I'm surprised that Connor didn't wait till after he had his brother in his arms to pull the mask off his face. But obviously, that is what he did. I thought he was going to have a deal where, he tells Madison, "I want to make sure my brother's okay, take the sack off his head." And if that was the case, that would have gone very poorly, because those guys probably would have shot Travis and Madison on the spot. But fortunately, they weren't smart enough to do that. And Reed attacks his brother, and then one of his goons attacks Travis, and then Travis, wails on him for a while. And then after Reed bites into his brother, he attacks the other goon. Alicia escapes. Everybody's reunited back on the Abigail. The question is, will Connor's crew pursue them across the sea, or will they have bigger problems next week? Because now the crew's all back together, they can get back on their course, back to Baja, and that was the original plan all along for Strand. Everybody was wondering what his mysterious motives and reasons were. His reasons were to get to his two friends, or at least his partner, to get them across safely into the Mexican waters, into Mexican territory. And I think it's kind of funny how Luis still thinks that money is going to be an issue for them, because he keeps telling Strand, "I only have enough money for two people, you and me, not all these other people on the boat." But as they're all about to find out, I'm sure money is going to be the least of their worries in this world. But great episode once again. This season just keeps getting better and better. I'm really excited about next week's. It looks exciting. They're really amping up the stakes on everything. And I hope you guys liked it too. I hope this was an enjoyable episode for you. Well, guys, thanks again for stopping by and watching another episode review here on the EdWord. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more episode reviews like this one. Check out my Facebook page in the description down below. You'll find it there. And always tune in every Sunday night to AMC for new episodes of Fear the Walking Dead. And thanks again for stopping by. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.